Well, welcome back to the Junkyard Thrift Shop. This is Junkyard Thrift Shop number 2. It's a tour of the inside of this place. To the right, there's nothing there but empty shelvings. They got it where you can't get in there now. It didn't matter. There's nothing to look at anyway. If you haven't seen Junkyard Thrift Shop number 1, you might want to go check that video out. It'll show you the tour of the outside of this place, and you can see how much stuff's out there too, and how just the same, pretty much they're cluttered the same. Well, I don't know, the inside kind of seems like a little bit more. There's lots of boxes here. To the right is all the media, anything you can think of over there, from books to records. And to the left over here's the clothes section, which is a few aisles, but they go straight back down, so there's probably more than you think there are there. I don't really care for the clothes, so I don't go down that aisle. This back section here that we're fixing to view inside, that's books right there. This used to be open. And to the left, there was shelvings that you can get through there, and to the right, you couldn't hardly, there wasn't nothing but just scattered stuff. But the shelvings, some of the aisles, it was so cluttered you couldn't hardly get through too. Well, we're coming down to the first aisle of 4 aisles. They have books here. Mostly books. They do have a little bit of stuff. There's like a desk to the right up here, but something like that. And I think there's maybe a few other things in there that weren't books, but it's mostly books. There's tables on the ends of them full of books, but they do pretty much keep it organized and straightened up, so you can actually look at the titles while they're on the shelf instead of digging them out. They do have shopping carts on the outside of this place that you can bring in and go shopping with, but there's no way you would fit a shopping cart in between these. These are really narrow aisles right here. And this is actually a corner that these books are in, because when you get down to the last row, there's no turning to the right to the next row of other things. It's just you go straight to the wall, and you have to go back down to the other aisle that you just came down to get back out, or back out and go out that way. And there's the boxes that we've seen coming in. We're getting ready to head to the movies. As you can see, this aisle is not as clean as the book aisle. I had to maneuver around things in here. They had anything from cassettes to CDs to DVDs, records, to the players of some of them, not all of them, but I didn't really go through everything. I just kind of like glanced through. The main thing I was looking through in here was some Atari games. We usually do pretty good with Atari games. They even have some speakers and radios there, printers, scanners down there to the left on the bottom. And some of them things I didn't know what they were. I think some were records, but I'm not sure what the rest of the stuff was. Like I said, I just glanced. I didn't get a close look on everything. And then were more records. I think it would be a headache to ship, so I don't mess with them. I didn't really go through them boxes there. I did kind of glance through these a little bit and found a few things. Well, I guess this is considered as a kitchen section. They have from coffee cups to glassware to plates, pots and pans, a little bit of everything in here. I didn't really look into everything real close, so I just kind of glanced through this area. Because like all the other aisles, there was a lot of stuff at the floor that you couldn't really get around easy. You had to maneuver around. And they had boxes at that end over there. See, there's a box there. All the plates and stuff there. Pots and pans to the left. Which I did kind of look for the copper bottom pans. Pick them up. I was going to sell them, but I wind up starting to collect my own little collection of them. I'm just looking for lids for my collection that I'm starting for my house, because I like cooking in them. Make pretty good little pans. I did find a knife set in the little knife holders in this little pile right here. It was a pretty nice one. They were just laying on the top, so I didn't have to really dig for them. This is a view from the first part of this video. I had to come back down here to get to this other part of the store. It's sectioned off different. They have block areas from one side to the other that you can't get from one side to the other, or one area to the other. But you can loop around in some spots though. Like that little section there, I'll be coming down and checking through later. I'll have some footage on that. This one right here is a lot of shelvings and dressers and nightstands in this aisle, but they use the shelving space to put items on, like knickknacks and stuff. So they use the space well. At the end of this aisle, you turn right and there's another little bitty aisle there. It's a really tight aisle there on the other side of the clothes when you first come in. But you can't go straight through. You have to back out or turn around from going in there. So that there's no space to take buggies in here. You can hardly carry anything big in here neither. Not really much down there, but I had to look. There was one item I thought about picking up, but I decided not to in this aisle. And on to the next aisle. There's the edge of the clothes right there. To the right is where all the clothes are again. They almost go to the back wall that way. But there's a little storage section the guy's got over there. He told me he did eBay, but some of the stuff that I picked up here, I put on eBay, and like within a couple of days it's sold. I mean, there's more stuff. I guess unless you just don't have time to do it. There's a lot of stuff that's actually would be good to put on eBay in here. There's a couple of empty shelves we just passed over there. They could have added stuff to. There's some empty space there. They just haven't got to filling them, I guess. This video's a little longer than the one of the view of the outside of this place. It's just I'm trying to slow down so you can actually see some of the stuff that they have here and see how much stuff on the inside they have too. Now I'm heading through the little section that I said I was going to walk through in a little bit. This is just one of the few shops that I really like. There's another one here in Oklahoma that I like, and the only thing, they changed it up, so I'm not so fond of it as like I used to be. I'm going to tell you about it a little bit while we're just walking through here. The shop, it has a little room in the back that has a dollar room, and it has the full price the first day's, the second day's half price, and the third day is 75% off. I liked going in the dollar room when it's 75% off, so everything's a quarter. I've got lots of items out of that dollar room that I flipped for like 20 bucks off of a quarter. And my husband picked a couple of things up there, and one he turned into 80 bucks. They're just stuff they don't know nothing about. They just throw it in there. But the guy pretty much deals with comics, so he kind of does research on the comics and has lots of comics and books and movies. And that's mainly what he researches on. He doesn't really do anything with like the knickknacks and stuff, and that's where some of the money is. If you look into the knickknacks, there's some money into them. And there's another shop that I really like in Texas. I'm thinking about taking another trip there. That one I might video and do a little small video of too, like this one. I did pick up quite a bit at the shop in Texas that I want to get a video of eventually in the future sometime. And everything I've picked up to sale, sold. We did get a couple items to keep for ourselves, like a book, and the lady pushed a plate on us because it said Oklahoma. She found us, we were from Oklahoma, so she was like, "Here, you're from Oklahoma," and she threw this plate on us, so got us to buy it. It was $1. It was kind of a neat plate, and they do sell pretty good, but it was kind of a souvenir from being in that little shop, so we kept it. Something we decided to keep for our personal collection. This shop in Texas is kind of my favorite one that I've been in so far. But this one right here, I really like. I like the bundles that you can get where you just get everything that you want to get as long as it don't have a price, and then they just give you a price on it. That's my favorite thing about this shop here. And I did pick that up. Here comes the games down this aisle, which I always have to check it because I found a game in there that I like, and I'm still looking for another one to replace some parts because I got a full game and I want to keep for myself. And I figure if I get the other game, I'll piece it together and sell the whole game. If not, I'm going to wind up having to piece the game out that I picked up here. The second one of the same game. And at the end of the game aisle is more clothes. But also on the game aisle, there's bedding and stuff to the left. Well, it was to the right whenever I was going through it, but to the left where I showed that view right there. Now down this aisle, it's a lot of boxed new stuff. like collector stuff. I don't know if it's really, I didn't really get a close look to see if some of it's kind of neat stuff, like that Ghostbuster stuff, but I don't think it was anything old. It was kind of a newer stuff. Someone just getting rid of their collection there. But it's all priced, so you can't just grab a bunch of it and say, hey, what are you going to let me have this for? So it's a set price when it's priced like that. To the right, I don't know if that's fabric or bedding or towels or what. But there's the rest of the boxes of stuff. And on the next aisle over is the same thing. There's more boxes of toys, collectible stuff like that. And there's the clothes again. It's kind of, they have a lot of signs out here too. And on to the next aisle. Of course, the last two shelves on the right has a lot of floral and lamps on them and shades and stuff like that. To the left is where the rest of the collectibles are that's in a package. The toys, collectibles, they're priced, of course. The stuff on the bottom really wasn't priced, but it wasn't that great of stuff, I don't think. Before I get to the end of this aisle, I'll give a glimpse back one more time on the other shelf to the right, and then we go back and it shows the pictures there. And then, of course, there's comic books, 50 cents a book, which is not a bad price. And this little scale right here, I really liked it. It was solid brass, but it was 750 bucks. That's silver right there. That's furniture and luggage up there at the top. A couch up there, I don't know how they got it there. There's luggage right there. Comic books, more lamps, more floral, knickknacks, more lamps. And of course, the aisle is cluttered too. You have to maneuver around it to get to the end of the aisle, which ends up into the clothes aisle again. And this is pretty much the end of the clothing right here. There's hats and bags, and that section behind all of that right there is the boxes, kind of a corner that they use for storage. And this is the last aisle, which both shelves is pretty much full with the same thing. The lamps, shades, knickknacks, and floral stuff. When I get to the end of the aisle, I'll turn around for a minute so you can kind of get a glimpse of each side of the aisle itself. And then after I get out of here, we're going to go around and you can see a little glimpse of that little storage area, how much space he's taken for storage there. I don't think any of that stuff's ready to sell or gonna sell or what. I don't know if he's collecting it or what. It's just boxed up in there. You can't go in there. There's a little Scooby-Doo costume right there. Well, this is the last area of the shop, which is the nicest area in the whole shop. They keep it up way better looking than the whole shop is. I think the reason why they do that is because right there by that door is where they have their little setup where you pay. So I always go through the other door and make it my way around the whole shop and go out this door to make it easier. And that's that little section there. And here's my exit door, the one that I like going out. And since I'm heading out the door, the video is going to be coming to an end soon. So I'm going to get winding down on this video. But to the right here, I didn't get whenever I did the outside video of the shop. So I went through there and got that clip right there. And this ends the tour right here. I did pick up 6 items. I paid 18 bucks on. They're right there. And a couple of them I got for myself. The rest we were picking up to sell. 2 of them already listed. Actually, yeah, 3 of them are listed. One sold. That one right there sold like the same day I listed it. The other one that just popped up is sold a few days after it was listed. And I'm going to give one last view of the shop on the outside. If you like this video, be sure to hit the like button. If you want to keep up with the videos I post, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to know when I post a video, hit that notification button. Thanks for watching.